So, dear Armando, thank you very much to be with us as it happened last year, no?
Yeah, thank you for
Was
having me. Thank you for this award. It's
was
awesome.
was the first time, and I'm very glad that you confirmed this year that was not so easy, no? It was not so easy because now you are the number one in the world for the second time in a row.
Yeah.
In athletics, in the past, to be on the top was only Usain Bolt. So you are the new sprinter in some way because you begin your career as even a sprinter a little bit, no? You have tried something completely new. But I want to ask you for the beginning, no? The last record that you set in Tokyo.
Mhm.
I was at the television and I was looking after 6:20, you look a little bit satisfied. You have tried the last attempt only because it's normal for you now, every time to finish the competition with a try of a world record. But it didn't look in the face so focused at that moment. It looks that you were not so sure of yourself in that moment to make 6:30. But after you did, what happened exactly?
Well, it was a very long and tiring competition, I would say. And usually these competitions for us take, over 3 hours. And this year it was especially difficult because I had Emmanuel Corrales, the Greek jumper. He was jumping so well, and he was pushing it higher and higher. He jumped all the way up until 620, which is very unusual. It's never happened to me. I've never had anybody that has pushed me that hard and jumped that long with me. So it was a few more jumps at higher bars than I've ever really had to take before attempting a world record. And so I think it was just a really, I had to dig deep and I had to really find this extra type of gear inside of myself because yeah, I was getting a little bit tired towards the end, but um, I just feel like, and I've done this a few times. Um, I think I had a little bit of a similar situation that probably helped me a lot in Tokyo with Stockholm, where I really didn't feel like it was the most perfect day for me physically or the way I felt just in my body and all that, and I just tried to I try to really, 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 really um, kind of lock my feet in and just get the best jump out of myself that I can, whether it's through just this crazy hardcore visualization or just focusing on something small to make everything as fluid as I possibly can. So yeah, I mean that's just no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I think on the last attempt I really dug deep and got everything that I could out of myself.
Okay. So first of all, now here, you are in front of journalists all around the world. No,
Hmm.
it's very interesting this because it means that even as champion, you are not only a champion of athletics, but you are a champion overall sport, and it's for the second year in a row. So it's not so
Hmm.
easy. Can you imagine? It's not so easy because you left behind top people of top sport, that
Hmm.
tennis player, footballer. So also the Ballon d'Or and everything are behind, far behind. What it
Hmm.
is for you?
No, it's unbelievable, honestly. I'm really appreciative. So thanks everybody and everybody that's on this call for voting for me, showing me love and support. I Yeah, I just really appreciative. I try my best always to be the best version of myself that I possibly can be. Ever since I was just a little kid, 3 years old, jumping in my parents' backyard, just my father and I going out there and jumping. I had these huge dreams of mine that I could be the best in the world someday, and I could just push the barriers of what's possible in our sport. Um, I never thought any of this would come, and I never thought I could win crazy titles and crazy awards like this. But I'm very appreciative of it, And yeah, really just thankful, honestly.
Yes, and listen, last year we were talking the possible bar you could be at 6:30. Now you
Hmm.
have 6:30.
Hmm.
What is next? Because the problem is now that the next big step is 6:40.
Yeah, it's gonna yeah, it's coming. It's coming, I think. The the natural progression of things, it probably take a few steps to get to 640, but I think that I'm definitely on my way. I feel like I've showed myself also just physically and technically and basically everything that the 640 bar is very possible. Um, it's not something that I would say is just gonna just happen automatically, magically, and probably not even next year. But it's something that I have within my capabilities for my career, I would say. And then yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna try to keep pushing it one at a time and see where I can get. And basically that's where my mind's at right now. I don't think so extremely far into the future, honestly. Less than I would say you could probably imagine. I think very much one season at a time. So right now I have the indoor season coming up, starting the end of February. Just gonna have a short and sweet three meet indoor season. And for me, that's the only really thing that I'm worried about and focused about. And I just go from there. I just see if I can push one up there high in the beginning, and then we just keep pushing forward.
Yes, but till now you have used a pole of 5 meter 20, no?
Hmm.
Do you think that to go
Yep.
to 640, you have to use a pole of 525 or something and to have a higher grip, or is sufficient the pole that you have now?
Maybe, maybe. Probably gonna have to be a few centimeters higher grip. Gonna have to be a little bit of a stiffer pull. But that's gonna require a few things from my side, I think. From my side, that such as more speed, more efficient energy transfer from the takeoff run to the takeoff, and just I guess little things like that. So just need to get a little bit better in that kind of way, or just get and just really at the end of the day, just physically is the most important thing. Is just trying to put as much energy as I possibly can into the poles and into the takeoff. So that's going to allow me to grip a little bit higher or to use a little bit stiffer poles, and in turn, those will throw me up in the air higher.
Yes, till now you have won two Olympics, no? And now there is other two Olympics that you can reach. What do you think? To be the first pole vaulter to win 4 times in a row.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that would be amazing, and I definitely think that it's possible. I feel like yeah, I need to take it one at a time though. Just not. I think that's just yeah, I think that's natural, and I think that's a better way to approach things. Of course, I would love to win 4 Olympics, 5 Olympics. I'd love to win as many as I possibly can, as long as I'm still jumping at a very high level and I still enjoy it. But now, I guess the one that's more in front of us is, of course, LA, and so that one, of course, that I definitely feel like I should I should be well prepared for and ready to make sure I do it. But I have confidence that a lot of athletes are able to jump and compete or do their sport, whatever it may be, uh, up until an older age now. And I think that's just because everybody has a little bit of a um, better understanding of their body and how to maintain it and how to have some better longevity in their careers. So I think that I can definitely do two more Olympics. That feels very reasonable. And beyond that, who knows?
Listen, if you would choose the best athlete of 2025, not yourself, who would you choose?
Yeah. Um, that's a good question. Maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe Akares, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I pick him. Yeah. Honestly, either even him or Sinner. I was watching a little bit of tennis this year. I haven't watched that much tennis historically, but this year I just was watching it more. So I really enjoyed just them two, watching them two just battle it out all day every day. That was one of my favorite things of the year too. So I wouldn't even know who was voted higher out of them two, if I may ask. I don't even know. Was it Sinner?
The second was Alcaraz.
It was Alcaraz, and then where was Sinner on the
And
list?
third, Dembele, the football player,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
corner.
Dembele, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Ballon d'Or is pretty huge too, so he could have. Yeah, he definitely had an amazing year himself too. Um, but yeah, I think Alcaraz. Honestly, I think that's who would have my vote. So because he's an awesome guy and amazing tennis player. I love watching him go up.
Of course, now if you allow me now, I give the floor to the colleague that has raised their hand to make you a question. Okay?
Okay.
So we begin with a lady, Belisa from Portugal. Go ahead, Belisa.
Hi, thank you very much for taking my question. Happy New Year for everybody. I have two questions, and the first one is, what is your definition of perfect jump in pool, and how close do you feel to have come to that ideal? And the second one is your sportyman's constant evolution. Are there any technical or equipment aspect that your team is exploring to unlock those new Ignis? Thank you.
It's a yeah, it's a good question, but it's I'm really not much of a perfectionist, honestly. I'm very much of a competitor, of course, and I love to push myself and get the most out of myself. And when it comes to my sport and pole vaulting, ever since I was a little kid, I've always been quite hard on myself. I knew the level that I can be at, and so when I'm jumping, I just expect that out of myself. And so I just push myself very hard, but I'm really like I'm not a perfectionist at all. I'm not like OCD or anything or organized or clean or whatever it may be. I try to get better. But so for me it's more like a feeling everything. And it's like when I'm out there and I'm doing if I'm working out or running or jumping, of course there is it is kind of analytical in some ways, and there's a lot of data that you can just look at to try to beat. But I just want that whatever the feeling is that I know that I can achieve on that day, I would say. So I would say just it's more pushing myself in that way. So, I'm realistic and I know that perfect is it's not really a plausible thing when it comes to pole vaulting or probably any sport for that matter, because there's always something I guess that can be better. And that's what is fun about it, and that's the chase, is because you never end up actually getting to the spot where what's possible, because there's always more no matter what you do. But then yeah, as far as the equipment, it's I would say the equipment that we jump on and everything like that has been quite at a standstill for a while. I don't think that the poles haven't changed really in modern time. I mean, since the past 40 years almost, it's like the same material. They mess around with some carbon fiber poles that I personally do not use, but I use the same brand, same material poles that Bubka was using back in the 90s. And so we've kind of yeah, I had discussions at least of like trying to make it as efficient as possible. Of course, it would be great if you can always maximize how light it is and whatnot. But other than that, the poles kind of are what they are. It's not like golf or anything where they have all this they put all this crazy research into it and improve the shaft. But maybe it'll develop over time. But it's pretty similar as it was.
Okay, let's go to Rodrigo Tovar. You must open the microphone. Okay.
Yeah, there I go. Thank you very much. Mondo, nice to meet you. This is Rodrigo Tovar from Fox Sports Mexico. In a country like mine, like Mexico, pole vault is not very popular, but you are like a role model now for the new generation of athletes. Tell me your opinion about that, about being a role model in Latin America. And also, I'd like to know when it seems like you have won everything or you have a lot of achievements in your career, what is next talking about sports, but also what is next talking about your life? Where's your limit? Where's your sky? Where's your top? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, I really haven't spent all that much time in Latin America. I really wish I would and I could, and I wish the opportunities were there for me to do it. I would absolutely love to. I would love to jump in Mexico and really anywhere in Latin America. I think that would be so amazing. For me, yeah, when it comes to, I guess, being a role model, of course, you have a little bit of weight on your shoulders as far as the way you present yourself and how you are as a person. And I I try to do a good job of promoting my sport, and as long as I'm putting pole vaulting in the spotlight and promoting and inspiring just anybody to try out our sport, then I guess I'm doing my job right in that way. As far as the rest of the question, I don't, as far as the future, I'm very optimistic. I also just try to really focus on what I have right now and to enjoy being an athlete as much as I can and try to maximize and do the most that I can while I am still young and physically fast and strong before my body starts to give up on me a little bit. Of course, when I get older, that I'm realistic about and I understand. So I just try to enjoy it as much as I can for now. And I'm gonna get married this upcoming year, which is a big change. Not really, just in my life in general. And so I'm taking that next step, and then of course, hopefully down the road have kids and whatnot and those kind of things. But I feel like I think more about those type of things personally rather than anything that I would do beyond the track. And that way, I think that's more of where my head and my priorities are at, if I'm being honest. So, um, yeah, we'll see.
Hmm. Thank you,
Thank
man.
you. Let's
Mhm.
go to Bert from Belgium.
Hi, Mondo.
Hey,
I wanted to know a bit about the conflict of interest between the sponsors you have, like Puma and Adidas for the Swedish Federation, because in Belgium it was really a big issue with our Olympic champion Nafitiam, who refused to sign the conduct code with the sponsors. And yeah, it was really a big issue. How do you deal with that in your case? Because you are also very famous.
yeah, I'm not super aware of exactly Nafi's situation or what the dispute or discussion was about. As far as our case, I think I'm in the same position that mostly all of the athletes are, especially track and field athletes, is that your national federation has their own kits and they have their own sponsorships. And when we go to the championship competitions, we're required to wear those kits and uniforms. That is our country's uniforms. So it's never anything really that's been too much of a problem as far as from our side or from my side of things, I would say. I don't really know exactly their situation so much, but from my side and whatnot, it
Yeah.
just it's one of these things. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
In her case, she thought it was too restrictive to force the code.
No. This is sorry, but this is a more personal thing, eh?
Yeah, whatever. No, I mean, I just don't. Yeah, the yeah, I don't really know the situation all that much, honestly. I know they had a dispute, but that's really it. Honestly, I never really had so much of a problem myself.
Okay, next is Thibault. Thibault from France.
Yes. Hi, Mondo. Thank you.
Hey,
I
man.
wanted to ask you about your lifestyle. How do you keep your lifestyle balanced? And what would you like to improve? And for example, what do you do during the interseason? Thank you.
Um, yeah, it's a difficult thing, and I think it's something that you never really can fully get perfect. Almost is finding that right balance in life. I think the main thing that I guess that I'm trying to do personally right now is just to be a little bit more organized and I guess plan out things in advance a little bit better, which I guess is very difficult for me because a lot of the times as an athlete and it's pretty easy to fall into being very selfish about what your needs are and what you have to do in your own schedule and whatnot, which of course my my partner and everybody is understanding of that. But you still want to be I still want to be a good brother and good sibling to my family, and I want to be a good son, and I want to have good relationships with all my friends and whatnot as well too. So that's I prioritize and I try to make sure I keep those relationships and everybody intact too, because I think that really helps me on the track. So that's where pretty much all of my time goes. If I when I have free time, it's just hanging out with my family and my closest friends, because a lot of the times during the year I just travel a lot and do a lot of competitions. So I miss them for a lot of the year.
Okay, now we have three young reporters in the row. First, Rodrigo, again from Mexico. Rodrigo.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jenny. Mondo, it's an honor to talk with you and a happy new year for your career. You were saying on the beginning all the difficult that you have to pass to get this study mark, and I want to ask you in the mind health topic, how do you handle all the pressure of that things? You in Paris make a great moment to break the world record, and now in Tokyo last year you say you experiment a similar situation. How do you handle the pressure on your mind, of your preparation of all your career, that the first world record, and now that you have 14 and the four that you break in last year?
Hmm? Yeah. I mean, it's something that you just get used to. And I think that the better I become and the better preparation I have going into these big competitions, the less I feel the pressure and the less I feel the nerves and whatnot. I used to get super nervous and super anxious or and put a lot of pressure on myself when it was before the my first world championships that I ever competed at. And of course I still feel very excited and I still feel a little butterflies and nerves even now going into these big competitions, but it's nowhere near the way it used to be. And I think that that's just a result of me having a lot more confidence now. So it's just a confidence thing and having a good mindset of controlling everything that I can control and letting the uncontrollable things just be what they be and adjusting always to the situations and not being too set on whatever preconceived plan I have going in before the competition. So um, for me, I think that's really just the way that I look at that. And then what was the next part of the question? Sorry.
we can go next after we come back on the matter because is a usual problem. So Wojciech from Poland. Wojciech.
Hello, Mondo. Happy New Year.
Hey.
I wanted to ask you about the other Mondo because usually you beat your records on the big stadiums, and most of them are now using the Mondo track, and for you it's the matter of the takeoff. So I would like to ask you, do you know other surfaces, and do you feel the differences between them? For example, between trainings and the competition, or and do you have also you've trained for the big race with Warholm, and did you also felt or did you learn something about the differences between different surfaces?
Yeah. No, I mean, different services will give you different things for sure. But I mean, even if it's Mondo or it's Comica or it's any of the other Surface brands, the it makes a big difference of when and how long it's been there, the Surface, as far as a Mondo that's freshly surfaced compared to one that's been laying there for 6 years. They're very different in feeling. They're very different in stiffness and the kind of response feeling that you get on the runway. Same with any of the other brands. So a lot of it is just kind of the feeling of it and feeling how hard it is or feeling how soft it is and feeling the way that your feet and like spikes respond to it, basically. And so it's something that you have to take into consideration, and it's something that you have to find almost a new feeling every time you're out there on the track because your body's a little bit different, but then also the surfaces can be a little bit different and basically in hardness. So it's something that I definitely take into consideration and something that you have to adjust to basically in real time.
Thank you.
Now you go to Sergio from Trinidad Tobago. Go ahead.
Yes, thanks a lot. Mondo, congratulations. I have two questions for you. Firstly, well, of course, you defeated Caston Vahum. Do you intend to give him a rematch? What about Oblique Civil or any other sprinter? Do you intend to give them any competition in the 100 meters? And the second question would be, do you think pole vaulters are born or created?
Yeah, I don't really have any plans as far as to run again, sprint that much, but I really did enjoy it. I love sprinting. I love doing sprint training. I love um, I love running and I love racing. I think that was one of my favorite things as a child is that feeling and that kind of bundle of energy that you have right before the gun goes off or somebody says go. It's yeah, it's one of my favorite feelings in the whole world. Honest, there's nothing that compares to it. Nothing that's better. So I would love to do another race. Honestly, whether it's against Carson or whether it's against anybody, maybe I'll try to find some type of good match to make it exciting. So we'll see. But I have no plans of it as far as now. I think that kind of like any sports and any athlete, there's probably some combination of gifts that you're born with, as far as ones that have to be developed and uh, skill sets that have to be created over time. You have to. It's very important of yeah, developing that, but then also the environment that you grow up in also plays a huge part. I think that of course you have to have a certain level of physicality and that matches up what you're doing. Just by you're born, and you have to be, I guess, you have to be gifted and blessed in that way to a certain extent. But a lot of it is the environment that you grow up in, I would imagine. And I would say so from especially speaking from my own experience. I grew up in basically just an environment where it was very easily accessible to me. And that's not just the that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody in my situation would be jumping in the way and capacity that I do. I mean, my brothers weren't really the same. They didn't enjoy it and have the passion for it as much as I did. But I just really fell in love with it, and the stars aligned, I guess, in my way, and I just really was determined and focused and really driven to be the best that I could be and be the best that there is. So I think it's a combination of probably everything, honestly. But I think mentality and having belief is one of, if not the most important thing.
So next is Olaf. Please, everybody, only one question each, okay? Olaf, go ahead. Brockman.
It works, huh?
Yes, you are online.
Okay. Hi, Mondo. All the best for the new year. Happy New Year as well.
Yeah.
I have one question for the overall season coming up now with the indoors and outdoors. So we have Torun. You have great memories, Torun, as you said, there are your first world record. Then we have the Europeans. You said the first time 6 meters in Berlin at the Europeans, and then coming up Budapest, you set a world record as well. So if you can comment these 3 topics for next year, please.
Yeah, I'm really excited going into next year. It's a really great schedule of meets, I would say, for me. It's places that I'm proven to be able to jump at a very high level and jump really high. So I'm excited for the World Indoors in Torun to be back to the place where I broke my first world record. Budapest, of course, is an amazing stadium that I've already proven that I can break a world record there. And so, and also just excited to experience the new and fresh concept that is the Ultimate Championship. So that'll be really fun. And that I think really just like most years, just trying to also maximize and trying to really be consistent and jump at the highest level I possibly can on all the Diamond League meets and trying to really just push it and be dominant and show myself that I can just jump really high day in and day out. So same kind of mentality and mindset, I would say, going into this year that I had last year, but hopefully I can just kind of even push it just that much more and even be more efficient. So that's where my head's at.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we have to go to next, Olaf. Thank you. David, only one question per person. David?
Yes. Hello, Mondo. It's a big honor for me. I was watching before this Q&A your videos from when you were a kid, beating records. And I was thinking that pole vaulting in itself is a repetitive act. So how do you find the motivation, the passion to do it again and again and not to get bored? How do you fight with boredom?
Yeah. Well, it's repetitive, but it's nearly impossible for one jump to feel the same as the next one because it's also very physical. It's not just like putting or anything in golf where you putt and you're actually trying to make it as identical as possible. I feel like I'm always trying to get a little bit more out of one jump and trying to get a little bit more energy in the next jump and trying to make it a little bit better. So I would say that there is a lot of similarities and stuff. And of course, you want to have some sort of consistency and rhythm and similar timing within your jumps. But I feel like I'm always trying to improve upon that. So I think the motivation just remains from the chase of it all, and I feel like there's always more that you can be pushing. There's always a better jump that you can be doing, or a little bit more speed or more energy that you can be creating. So I feel like the journey and the chase and just always trying to maximize myself and the best jump, then I think that's what keeps me going forward.
Okay, let's go to Renayo from Nigeria.
Hi, Mondo. Yes, I'm a Renayo doctor from Nigeria, and I must say that I've watched you for a very long time, and I've wanted to ask you this very specific question. So the question is that what records used to feel like the very untouchable moments in sports, and you're breaking them with a kind of regularity that we've never seen, especially in a sport like pole vault. So, do you worry that the event risks becoming predictable around you, or do you think that the real challenge now is convincing people and sport lovers, pole vault lovers, that what you are doing still counts as extraordinary? Because I think it's extraordinary. So, thank you.
It's a good question. It's a really good question, honestly. So thank you. But I don't really think it's necessarily up to me or anything that I worry about or anything that I think is even that much in my control as far as convincing people of what I do, of the significance of it or or what it is necessarily. I mean, I understand and I know and I think most people understand how hard it is to break a world record and to compete at that level. And the way that that's perceived or whatever it may be, so be it as it might. So I for me, I just try to push it as high as I possibly can and keep trying to better myself and trying to be better and break as many world records as possible. And so I think that hopefully that it's a positive thing and I can bring our sport and bring everybody that does into the spotlight or inspire some people and get some people motivated to be a better version of themselves, especially pole vaulters, because it's I mean I really love this sport and I've been obsessed with it since I was a child. So really, I think that if I can put pole vaulting in the forefront and a little bit in the spotlight, then for me, that's the most important thing, I would say. Besides just the personal things for me, because of course, I just want to be good. I just want to compete at the level that I know I can compete, and I just want to jump really high. So, the way that's perceived or whatever it may be, it's a little bit out of my control. So I just try to be as good as I can at jumping and compete as hard as I can.
Thank you.
Let's go to Doriano Robotti from Italy. The voice, il microfono. Doriano, il microfono is without microfono. Microphone. Doriano, microphone. Ay. You have to, okay, now.
Okay. Thanks, Gianni. Thanks, Mondo. Very quickly, since Italy gifted you with your worldly name, I wanted to know something more about your relation with Italy. I mean, France, places, food. Since you just voted for Alcaraz, what's your touch with? What's your Italian side? And what there was in the videos when they called Mondo Man when you were a kid, no? Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I guess if I could give you a little bit of a short backstory. My father, his best friend, and the best man of my father's wedding was Sicilian. And my father grew up in the United States in New Orleans, Louisiana. And the specific area where he grew up in West Wego had a large Italian community there, basically of immigrants. And so a lot of his friends and most of his best friends were either Italians or part Italians to some extent. And so I basically just got the name from my dad's best friend, Mondo. And I think maybe I don't even really know if he knows, or I don't really know if it's a play off of my actual government name in Armand, or if it's more playing on because it means world or what it may be. But that is where I got the name. So it was from my dad's best friend.
Okay, next is Zsuzsa from Hungary. Go ahead, Zsuzsa. Microphone, Zsuzsa, microphone.
Yes, I have it. Yes. Hello, Mondo, and it's great to see you again. I'm speaking from Hungary, and I had a luck to see you twice at the World Championships, and also last time breaking the 6:29 at the July Memorial. So first of all, what kind of memories you have of the Hungarian audience, and you're very, very excited that you accepted to be the, let's say, the ambassador of the World Ultimate Championships that is coming up in this year. So Hungarian audience is absolutely enthusiastic about you. What are your expectations of that event, and what memories do you have of Budapest?
Yeah, I mean, I have fantastic memories of Budapest, obviously. But I think also just on like a life like experience level too. Not even just because I jumped well. Of course, that always makes the memory of an experience of a city a lot better when I jump higher or jump a world record. So, but I really, really enjoy Budapest as a city. It's one of my favorite cities, I would say, to compete at and compete in, and to be around, and to kind of experience in general. So I'm really excited to go back, and it's a perfect combination of things that I like. I really like the city. I really enjoy it. I like the food there, and then also it has great weather. It's good and warm, and I compete at my best level, I think, when I'm able to be warm and loose and in my body. And then I know that it's a place where I can jump really high, and it's a place where I can break the world record, and it's a place that has a very energetic and passionate crowd that will give me a lot of push. So it's really just a combination of everything that I want, I would say, for a competition, and that is definitely what pushed me and led me into also being ambassador of the Ultimate Championship.
Okay. Next,
Thank you.
Mei Zhao.
Hi. Happy
Hello.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
And congratulations, Mondo. And as such successful role model, would you please share some of your excellent experience and unique advice to the young generation in one short paragraph, and tell us your dream in one sentence?
Yeah, I would say the most important thing is to follow your passion, follow what you love, and follow whatever thing that it is that you want to be good at. I think is the most important thing, because that's what you'll be most motivated in. And I think that, we have these gut feelings of things, and we have this intuition for a reason. And I think that just listen to yourself, and listen to your heart on what it is, and where it's pushing you in whatever direction it is, because I think that's what's going to give you the most motivation also. But then also, it's the best way to do anything is with passion and love, and maybe even obsession in a way. So I think follow that kind of burning fire in you, whatever it may be. Because you can't force it, really. There's no such thing as that. But there's going to be hard days, and there's going to be days where you don't necessarily want to do what you're doing. But as long as you really have that passion and fire for it, and you have that real burning desire to be good at it, then you'll end up pretty good at something, no matter what.
Your life dream in one sentence?
Your dream?
Yeah, be a great father. I would say that would be what, like, being that would be the dream, and what success would mean to me.
So next, Erin from Nigeria, I guess, or not? Hello?
Ezine Oti.
Yes, it's Ezine Oti from Nigeria.
Okay.
Hi, Armando. I'm so happy to have this time to ask you this question. You broke your record 14 times.
Yes.
And with increase now in the prize money for competitions and also breaking a record. Is it the zeal to now let's just make this money, or there's still that extra hunger to break the record and to just keep winning every competition you participate in?
No, the motivation stays like pretty similar, and you don't think about anything else when you're on the track rather than just trying to be the best that you can be and compete hard. And I think there's always a lot of, and it's just pride, and you're just competing for yourself and whatnot. And of course, there is some level of importance, just like financially on being able to have a good set of income that comes in just in life in general, just to be able to do all the things that you want to be able to do. But I wouldn't say it's totally necessary. It's for sure something that you think about, and you try to maximize it as best as you can, while not letting it take over your life and be overbearing. So I try to find a little bit of a balance of both, but it's not, it's, even if it's something that's talked about or something that you try to make the most of, the financial side of things, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Especially when you're actually doing it and you're on the track, and it's go time. That's just competition. That's just, that fierce competition, man versus man. It's just like that's really the only thing that matters.
Okay, Michal from Czechia.
Hi, Mondo. Nice to see you again. Everyone is just asking questions about athletics, but what about your musical career?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have some stuff coming this upcoming year in 2026. Now that I guess we're in it, release something in January here, probably something also in February the next day. Hopefully, maybe even something in April. We'll see, or the next month. So I actually really have like tons and tons of songs, and it's something that I really enjoy. And I think I'm just like anything, I'm getting like a lot better and better at it, and I really just enjoy doing it. Also, that's the main thing. But I'm getting to a point where I'm really just like I'm liking the way everything sounds, and I just fell in love with the process, and of course just the process of creating. So yeah, 2026 will be very fun and interesting, because I mean you really have no idea what is going to happen, and I have no idea what's going to happen with the music thing. But I have a lot of songs, and I'm gonna release them, and whatever happens, I guess. So it's a very, very much different process than being an athlete, which I think is really nice, because it gives me a healthy balance of things, because you don't shoot for clear goals in the same way that you do as an athlete. So I like it. I like it. I really enjoy it, and of course, I hope people resonate with it. But you have to just it has to be something that fits people.
Thank you and good luck, and see you in Ostrava, and see you at the concert.
Yeah, heck yeah. Why not?
So now we go to Tibor from Hungary. Tibor, go ahead.
Hi, Mondo. I'm very happy to see you. I just short questions about that. What is your most important 3 fun facts about you that it's very important for you? It could be related sports or just your free time.
That's a good question. Yeah, I would say that the most important things, I would say, in my life, are probably just my friends and family, my fiance, and then probably the only other thing that I do outside of the track right now is the music thing. And so I really, I mean, all of those things I think give me such a really great balance. I like to try to be a great partner and soon to be husband, and I like just maintaining and keeping the fire and spark in our relationship with Desiree is always like amazing and fulfilling challenge and just great thing. And other than that, just I have a really close knit of friends that you know how it is when you hang out with your childhood friends. It's like nothing else matters in the whole world. You go out and you have fun, you party or whatever it may be, and that's like it feels like you're a child again. So I try to be a little bit young and try to kind of keep that childlike spark in me in that way too with them. And then of course I'm very close with my family, and so I do I spend a lot of time and with them, whether it's in the United States or even in Sweden. So I would say that's probably the most like just like important things, and that's just like what I do. That's I don't know if it's fun facts necessarily, but that's what I came up with.
Dear Mondo, now we are close to 1 hour. Can I ask the last 5 questions for you? Is okay?
Okay.
The last 5. So we begin with Jamal. Jamal,
yes, hello, Mr. Gianni. Nice to meet you, and nice to meet you, Armando. Because 2 years ago, I see in Glasgow in Athletic Indoor Championship. I have one question. What about planning for the World Athletic Indoor Championship in Turin, Poland this year?
Yeah, the plan is my plan is to be there. I will be participating in it. Yeah, and I hope to just be in really good shape and be able to jump something really high. I love Torun, of course, is a place where I've jumped really high before. I broke my first world record there of 617. So I have a lot of great memories from that stadium and from that city. So I'm really excited to be coming back. Hopefully I can jump really high and win my, I don't even know whatever it may be. I think it's third or maybe however many World Indoor Championships I've won. I actually can't think of it on the top of my head, but just win another one.
Okay, Martin.
Yes, hello, Mondo. I want to take you back to Tokyo, and there are many beautiful and powerful images of your record there. I'm sure you've seen them all, but I go step by step. The concentration before the final jump, the moment that you are alone there in the air, the ecstasy after setting the record, the hug by your competitors, showing the respect, almost happier than you were, Karalis, for example. Then the photo with your parents, the cinematographic kiss with your fiancé, the selfie with the record, the photo with the Swedish flag. If you have to choose one photo of all these special moments to frame in your living room, what would you choose and why?
Probably, yeah, I would say the photo of me and my fiance, probably me and my family, me and my father, me and my mother, embracing. That would probably, or I mean, I would say that the picture with the guys, Karalis and Curtis and Sam would probably be a close second to those two, because I think that at the end of the day, people are the most important, and the people that you surround yourself with, and the people that you love, and that you develop and build relationships with. That's what life is mostly about, I would say. And so I wouldn't be in the situation that I am in without my father and my mother, or even my fiance. And so I think that, those moments and snapshots of us together celebrating those big wins and big jumps like that, it's very much a sentiment to everything that we've accomplished and how far we've been able to come, just by being together and pushing each other to be the best version of ourselves. So, but all of them are amazing memories, honestly.
Thank you.
We go to David. David, what?
Hi, Mondo. I'm David from Austria. I wanted to ask you one thing. I read that you didn't have a jump which felt perfect to you, which from the out seems quite hard to believe. Is this really true? And what would feel perfect to you then?
Yeah, I think it's very true. I think that I've had a lot of fantastic jumps over the years, which I'm very thankful for, and jumps that I would want to replicate, honestly, in to some type of manner or to some degree. But I just think that it's not really like a plausible thing to chase after perfection, and I just try to. It's always really I guess the chase is if I rephrase that, the chase really is the thing, and it's never really something that's totally achievable. Is that chase to a perfect jump? So I don't think it's really possible for it, and I think there's always something I feel in the jump that I feel like could have been a little bit improved upon, or there's something that didn't feel totally right, but you adjust to it, and nothing's ever going to be totally perfect. You just have to adjust to whatever the jump gives you, and some jumps are better than others, but I don't think perfection is really it's not really a plausible thing.
Okay, now we go to Yannis from Greece.
Yes, thanks, Gianni. Happy New Year to everyone, and many wishes to Mondo. You said, Mondo, at the beginning how difficult made it Emanuel Karalis for you in Tokyo, obviously from Greece. I would like to ask you a few words about this relation you have built with Manolo from the juniors till now. I know it's not only in the stadiums, but also it's a friendship, a lifetime friendship. And finally, what he has to do in order to win you? You will always have an answer, even if it's a new world record.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, we've been jumping together since we were young, since we were just young teenagers, and since the youth and junior days. So we developed a relationship already then. Of course, yeah, the past year he's really exploded, and I think he showed his full potential of what he's capable of doing. So and it pushed me very hard this year. And for sure, there's the level that he was jumping at this year, the path and the progression that he is on, he's gonna be giving me a lot of good pushes and good competitions in the years to come, which is gonna just make it more and more difficult for me. And I know that as long as he's jumping well, then I have to be on my A game and be yeah, and really jump well, because I think by some metrics that's probably maybe even the second best season ever in history that he had. I don't think that Bubka and Renault, you can fact check me on this. That I don't think that they've jumped 6 meters as many times as he did last year. So he's really jumping at an extremely high level, and so of course it demands a lot out of me, which is really fun, and so I have to keep pushing myself also to make sure that I stay on top of it. But it's really fun, and I enjoy the competition of it for sure.
The last Onicheki.
Onyinyechi Obaro.
From Nigeria, from where?
Yes, from Nigeria.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. You are the last. Because after 1 hour, we agree with Mondo that our marathon will finish.
Okay, hello, Mondo. It's great to talk to you at this time. Happy New Year to you. I know there are a lot of
talents coming up from Africa, especially Nigeria, Botswana with Lesile. I would like to ask, do you see it a responsibility on your end as a world record holder to invest in developing nations, especially in Africa?
I think that it would be very, very beneficial and very important if I was able to get over and have a competition somewhere in Africa, and I would really enjoy doing that, honestly, because I think that and I think that more events are necessary there, because I think that sports are so important to communities and cultures and society, and I think that sports really brings people together, and it really gives kids and young kids a great paths and things to focus on. And because I think that as a kid, without sports, it's very easy to get caught up in the wrong things, or it's very good at having you focused and having some sort of community around you, which you develop within sports. And so I think it would be super beneficial, and I would actually love to compete in Africa, whether it's Botswana, where the city is, or Nigeria, or anywhere really, because I have so little experience. So I think that would be amazing, and I think that maybe like a world championships or something, or some really big competitions too. That would be a very great way of promoting the nation too.
Okay, Mondo, I think that you were so kind to be with us this morning for you, this afternoon for us, or for night for somebody. And I want to finish with a question that I received today from Andre Rocha from Colombia, that is asking, do you think you are competing more against yourself than against the other rivals?
No, I mean, here's the thing. Of course I'm competing against myself, but I'm not saying it in the sense of that I'd have no competition, because I have a lot of great competitors. But I think that is just the nature of the sport that I'm doing. I think even when I was younger, let's take 2017, 2018, 2019, for example, where I wasn't winning every competition. I was probably not winning most of them. It's still a competition against yourself, and it is a little bit of a different dynamic, the sport, because the real competition is just you against your bar, you against the bar, and you against the height, and you against whatever you're trying to achieve. It's a little bit like golf. You're playing against the course, and you're doing that, and then you only just in competition with each other on a piece of paper. So it's a little bit different than a lot of most sports like that, and that's the nature of an individual sport, is that the competition is within yourself. So I would say yes, the competition is against myself, but it's not just because that I'm at the top right now. It's because that's just how it is.
Okay. I thank you very much, and I hope to see you next year in the same competition.
Absolutely. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thanks everybody for the questions, and thanks everybody for being on, and thanks for this award. It really means a lot. This is amazing.
We thank you because you are very kind and you are helping us a lot. Thank you very much. From the deep of our heart. Ciao.